Yeah, so this garage here is going to be flooded. I mean, look at the flow on this. That's alarming. Where you gonna go, little fella? Happy Halloween. Today, I'm going to begin, dun dun dun, cleaning out my garage. So this is my home. This is my little car. This is my van. And this is the detached garage. It's actually got 3 bays. There's a fella that stays up here in this apartment. So under here, I operate my business and store a bunch of stuff. And there's a saying, do you own your stuff, but eventually your stuff can own you? That's almost where I'm at right now. So this place, it inspires me and depresses me all at the same time. And I can get to most anything I want, but it just feels so claustrophobic. I need to get rid of half of this stuff. I want to get it to where I can pull 2 cars in here if I need to. That's the goal. I've never had 1 car in here. What we'll start is stuff removal. So if you are a recycler, that right there really slows you up. And I'm a recycler. You know, the Earth's population doubles every 20 years, and do our resources keep up with that? Hell no. We've got to recycle. I'll deal with it. But also reusables that can come in handy for somebody else. I'll try to make that happen by taking them to a thrift store or a Habitat for Humanity or something like that. We'll get the place lit up. Every place will have a function to it. All right, this isn't going to happen overnight. There's no time to get started. Better than now. Let's go. So I've got my pickup truck backed up here, and I've got my trailer here. We'll just sort of break it into thirds. You know, you got this bay, and then the other one. If we break it down into bite-sized, manageable chunks, then we'll get to the finish line ultimately. But it's pretty overwhelming right now, I can tell you that. If you're sentimental, that slows you down, because you're like, oh, my sister gave me that, which my sister did give me that, and I'm not going to throw away. But it just makes it tough. That's why people hang on to stuff and it gets out of control. So here's what's kind of gotten me into this mess. I'm interested in so many things, and I'm kind of good at a lot of things. And that's not bragging, it was necessity. For instance, I've lived in several houses and I've owned a couple rental houses, and I couldn't afford to pay people to fix them up, paint them, tile a bathroom or what have you, so I did it myself. Now I have painting equipment, tiling equipment, plumbing stuff. I just did a tiling project this year upstairs. I redid this bathroom here. And so I'm glad I had all this stuff. And so what keeps people from throwing stuff out is because they've thrown it out, and lo and behold, a couple days later, they needed that thing. And so it's made them gun shy to ever clean anything out. I know what you're going through. Stuff! We've got 3 bikes and 2 people in this household. Yeah, makes sense. Who doesn't have a place in their garage for gold painting equipment? I mean, aren't you interested in Lewis and Clark's expedition? Not to mention maps of your home state. You need to know all that stuff. Doesn't everybody have a burglar alarm like that? This is actually effective, but the idea behind it is this. All right, check it out. All right. Ooh, I'm a bad guy. I'm gonna break into this place. Oh yeah, right here. And then I'm gonna turn on the light and whoa! What the? And it'll scare them, and then they'll wake the guy upstairs, and then he'll call the police. And this is actually my grandfather's old desk from way back. Oh, and here's hubcaps for my car. This has happened to me 2 times when I've had the tires rotated. The mechanics put the hubcaps back on, but they don't put them on well enough, and then when I get to my destination, I've lost one. And so now I keep these, so I'm good for another 2 tire rotations. This sink right here was actually repurposed from a Jimmy John's, oh gosh, like 6 or 7 years ago. I took it to a welder and put that back together. You know, I've washed dishes back in my old high school jobs, and I actually enjoyed it, and I love this thing. So, you know, now that I've got some plumbing skills, I went and ordered one and set it up like that. It really comes in handy. But I'll tell you what else comes in handy. A urinal. You gotta have a urinal if you're a dude. It's our thing, man. That's what's going to sell this property someday if I put it on the market. Some dude's going to walk in here, he's going to see that urinal, and he says,
That's it, I'm home.
Okay, so right here is a bunch of metal that I'll take to a scrap yard. I'm a big seashell collector. Why in the world do we collect seashells? Just what in the world are we going to do with them? Everybody's got a big giant inflatable hot dog, and you never know when you're going to need a bunch of pipe insulation as well as heaters. This is happening. The momentum is gaining, and we're moving a little quicker. We're making some progress. There's some air. I could get a motorcycle in here if I needed to. I don't need to. I don't have a motorcycle, but you know, I've got bikes. So here's things that I'd like to get my money back on from when I remodeled the kitchen and bathroom in that upstairs apartment. Batteries. My wife has a system for recycling batteries. Let me take them to her spot. I swear she kept battery stuff in here. She must have just, she takes them to work or something. Well, I've tried. So recycling is one thing, recycling plastic is another, but they do take them at places. It sucked keeping up with them, but you know, we just need to develop a regimented system and stick with it, that's all. Okay, so I'm getting ready to talk out of both sides of my mouth here. This is an advantage. I don't want to call it hoarding, but retaining stuff. This battery is dead, and it was inside that trailer. Inside that trailer is a winch. I use that winch to haul my hot dog cart in and out. And the battery has died. This is the second one. And so I thought it was over. They weren't going to replace it unless they had the box. And luckily, I had the foresight to keep the box. So that's about a $60 find right there. Something crazy. Car batteries or motorcycle batteries are not cheap. Lucky me today, but I'm going to need to come up with a system. Get these things. I have no idea why I have them or how I got them. Bubble wrap. What do we do with bubble wrap? I believe the way you recycle it is you're supposed to pop every single one of these bubbles. I just don't have time for that. I'm going to take this inside to our Christmas present area, but we're getting it out of the garage. Yes, this area could use some organization as well. I know Christmas stuff is in this area. Mrs. Turner knows Christmas stuff is in this area, so we'll worry about that at Christmas. It's September now. So now that I've just about gotten all that pipe insulation out, it just occurred to me, wow, a really good use for all that free pipe insulation would be to actually insulate my pipe. Yeah, that'd be pretty smart. I need another project. It is not easy being me. So now we've got ourselves a little side project here, attaching this pipe insulation. And it's not that we're concerned about the pipes freezing and bursting. It's about energy efficiency. If the hot water in your pipes is still hot, it's going to reduce the energy required to run your water heater way over there in that corner. And it might not amount to a whole heck of a lot, but at any rate, it'll add value to the home when we go to sell it. So it can't hurt. This is taking no time whatsoever and is definitely the right move. I've almost got it all the way back to the water heater. I'm feeling good about that. Big win right there. It took no time at all. That's going to be a wrap here for day one. Mission accomplished on getting enough room for a car to be pulled in here. I could get my little car in here if I had to. We've got a lot of fine tuning left to do. It's mid-September 2019. I am going to the beach tomorrow, and I've got lots of work lined up for when I get back. So day two could be a while. By the way, my little pickup truck here, I compartmentalized it with these 2x6s, and that really has helped out big time. And repurposed this rack from whatever in the world it is. I have no idea, but that's really helped out as well. Little tweaks like that have kind of helped me out, and you know, maybe it'll work for somebody out there. Okay, see you soon. So on this garage thing, I've kind of quit doing it day by day because I'm just sort of cramming and stuff going on with my neighbors. I'm just cramming and jamming where I've got free hours here and there at this point. This is actually, how do I explain it? It's got to happen in like 2 or 3 phases. Clear out space, create shelving, move stuff back, discard stuff somewhere along the line as I'm moving it. So believe it or not, so this is new, that's new, and when that gets cleared out, it's going to be awesome. I've got shelving running all down there, got shelving way over there, and I'm doubling the capacity of this set of shelves. It's a crappy rainy day, and we're gonna make the most out of it. Okay, so I just put the last screw in for this additional shelf right here. It looks like it's always been there, really. It's the exact same plywood there, OBS stuff. I've got a special treat for you. You know what's really satisfying? Pulling dried paint out of cans. I've been drying this stuff for days. Get the party started. Oh, oh, woo! Let's do it again. Ooh, we got different colors. Oh, this is really relaxing. This is better than popping that bubble packing stuff. If I could pull it all in one pull, that would be fantastic. Let's do another one. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh. Okay, we're moving right along here. I could get 2 cars in this here garage if I had to right now. But I don't have to. I'll sort through all that later. But this is a big deal right here. So I'm discovering that the sweet spot for me is about a foot. And that seems to accommodate most everything. And then I left a couple big bays open. Then of course that allowed room to clear all that stuff out. And then of course I crammed stuff right back in. That's my granddad's desk. It's on wheels. That's on wheels. That thing's on wheels. Got my chop saw, it's on wheels. My table saw, it's on wheels. So the idea is clear all this space out, and then I can move stuff around as I need it if I need to work on something kind of big. Anyway, we are far from done, but we are light years from where we were. I'm loving it. Okay, so I just took the doors off right here, as you can see. Chemicals. Wow, what are we going to do with all those? Most of that crap is the stuff that kills bees. So I stopped using chemicals and stuff when it dawned on me how bad that crap is for the environment. I never thought I'd see the day when a bumblebee would be on the endangered species list. So we're going to find a way to process all these chemicals. It was actually a surprise to me. I forgot I had them. I hadn't opened these doors right here in like 2 years. Stuff! Okay, so this wasn't so bad. These are the only 2 like yard chemicals that I do need to worry about doing something with. And these guys can probably go to the Habitat for Humanity restore and be used on stuff. Alright, so that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Having a flood in our area right now. I mean, look at the flow on this. That's alarming. So this garage here is going to be flooded tomorrow morning. Trick or treat. Yep. Happy Halloween. This is what I would call inconvenience flooding. Yes, it sucks. Yes, I'd like to be doing something else. At the end of the day, I'm not going to be trying to find somewhere else to sleep tonight. I don't have to worry about property damage, so people have experienced far worse. I'm thankful that I began this project when I did. Got all my stuff off the ground, more or less. Or if it is on the ground, it's plastic and not cardboard. It's just one of these things that happens every year or 2. And it's Halloween. We just got dumped on. That's the deal. But we'll live. So we're going to recycle these. My local Lowe's hardware store is going to take these. They told me they would, so let's go down there and see what we can do with them. One of the folks in customer service said that, yeah, we'll take them. They're just going to end up in a dumpster. And then the other one said, no, we actually still recycle them. They do take the small ones up here, you know, most definitely, but you got to take these bad boys, have to go to the back. And what they do with them, shoot, I don't know. I've done my part. I hope they're truly recycling them, but I'll never know. Oh, hi there. Well, we are finished. This is the last day, and I will show you how we ended up here. This is like my first shop vac I ever had on wheels. Did I ever tell you I like stuff on wheels? I think Picasso actually said, when I begin a painting, I have an idea of what it's going to be like, and by the time I'm done, it's completely different. So same thing kind of goes for this garage, but it's done enough to show you and hopefully inspire you. Shelving was key to getting all the stuff off the ground. So all these little linear shelves I did added up big time. You know, so that's 6-8 feet every time. So if you do the math here, so just 1, 2, 3, 4, let's see, that's like almost 50 square feet of additional storage just right there. And then you got that right there. And then you got that right there. And then we combined that. And then we made something happen right here and combined that. And just salvaged as much shelving as we could do. And then we doubled the square footage of this shelf right here. Big time. So I've got to resist the urge to fill these shelves or keep them filled. After this, we need to take stuff off these things and clear as much space as possible, but it enabled us to get the stuff off the ground. And I want to show you a little bit of whimsy. What is that? That's a wine rack. Okay, so when I made this right here, all right, I knew I wanted a spot for a fridge, and then right there, see, this is actually a twin. You want to see its twin brother? Okay, come on, I'll show you. All right, so that's a wine rack that I made like 10, 15 years ago, and I made one, and I said, you know what? It's just as easy to make two, so I made two. Why? I couldn't tell you why. But that wine rack was part of like this failed mini bar thing that I came up with. Anyway, I salvaged that, and I've always wanted to put it somewhere, and it fit perfectly there. Here's the twin to it. Okay. All right. That is Jelly Bean, and that is the original wine rack. And that's me and my wife. We're doing a video. I thought that would be pretty cool to have a wine rack in my shop, but it's not a good idea. Just I feel like a magician showing you my trick. Now it'll just go in my basement and we'll dry socks on it. That's the better way to go. The highest and best use. Wah, wah, wah. Clean workbench. We've got stuff set up. This little design here, I exactly copied that from this fella named Casey Neistat, YouTuber. Check out his channel. He's crazy organized, and I just took a page from his book. Have I removed all the clutter that I would like? No, not by a stretch. But I got it off the ground, and that was really darn handy when we had that little mini flood. I'm just gonna do micro later. We've got macro done. You know how I like my stuff on wheels? Got the beginnings of a little drone zone. Hey, it rolls. So cool. See, we can get 2 cars in here now. Bikes! Bikes are suspended in the air. We're liking that. That is really helpful. See, I got to play golf twice this year, so they're safe. And then we've got a nice spot for my work stuff. And LED lights. By the way, if you don't know much about LED lights, this is an illusion. This is not a tube that you change out like with the original. So you got to maintain these and change these out. With LEDs, the fixture, you know, it lasts for years and years and years, and then you just replace the whole thing. Alright, so got my gold stuff over here. I haven't been gold painting in 2 years, but there it is. Gold painting, yes, I do that. And so this is my grandfather's desk, and I've just got a well-lit area that I can do stuff. Build, repair, and create is the object of the exercise to get this area in a desirable state. I'm going to show you my last thing. Okay, so this is my fireplace, and it is on wheels. Here's how it works. Propane accessories. This is the unit itself that a buddy of mine gave me years ago, and I boxed it in, put it on wheels, and voila. I've taken this thing on camping trips before. Hey, I didn't have to go schlep firewood. It was right there. Boom, press a button and instant fire. Hey, I hope you guys have found this video helpful. During the editing process, I showed a buddy of mine just a snippet of it, and then talked to him about a week later, and you know, what are you doing? And he said, I'm cleaning out my garage. You kind of got me inspired there, so I hope it's contagious. And by the way, if you happen to think that this shirt is kind of cool, you can pick yourself up one here at this really cool website, donotwastthisday.com. It's a tea hoodie, actually. Yeah, so anyway, I'll put the link above. I mean, we've got all kinds of colors and different options. T-shirts, tea hoodies, regular sweat hoodies, hats. So, you know, if you find something that strikes your fancy, donotwastthisday.com. And the shipping is free, by the way. So what you see is what you get. Hey, so thanks so much for watching. I hope you picked up something, found it helpful, got inspired. Please hit like and subscribe. I value my time highly, and I appreciate the time that you spent to watch something that I created. That truly means a lot to me. So have a great day. Take care.